everyone, it's April here bringing you a very late episode of Rescue and Recreate, the series where we take a TLC doll and basically turn them into a brand new one. And the theme for this episode is boys only. And don't forget to stick around to vote for the next one. The fan favorite for this episode is Harry Potter. Speaking of Harry Potter, new series announced by HBO. Thoughts? Feelings? Let me know in the comments below.
Harry Potter.
I almost never see boy dolls available in TLC condition, so I think a light-skinned Josefina mold is the way to go. I ordered this one and I waited and waited, but it never arrived and then the order was canceled. So then I ordered another one from someone else. And while I was waiting for the dolls to arrive, I'm sure you thought that I at least got started on the outfit, right? And the answer to that would be no. I did this instead. Once I finished utilizing my time so efficiently, I decided to get started on the project. And it was requested that I make Harry Potter from the third movie, aka Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And I have decided to honor said request. So, to Hobby Lobby! I got the stuff, so let's make some pants. Why didn't you guys tell me I was making both of these for the same side? Ugh, I gotta start over again. Ah, much better. My needle just broke. Well, I thought I had the back pockets placed correctly, but apparently I did not. So I'm going to have to remove this pocket from the back seam and move it over. Well, while I do that...
Hey Siri, can you tell me a story?
One winter, a family of ground squirrels were settling into their tree to hibernate, and Kiddo Squirrel was not happy about having to stay in all winter. "Listen, Kiddo," said Father Squirrel, "we'll tell you when it's okay to go out." "Fine," said Kiddo, in a way that meant, "This isn't fine at all." Sure enough, the next day Kiddo woke up his parents. "Can we go out yet?" Father replied, "No, go back to bed." This totally convinced Kiddo, who never bothered his parents again. Just kidding. The next day Kiddo was back. "Can we go out yet?" And again, Father replied, "No." And the next day, "Can we go out yet?" Father reacted about how you'd expect. "Seriously? No, go back to bed." This went on every night for a week, until Mother and Father got that faraway look parents get when their kids manage to find their last nerve. "Tell you what," said Mother Squirrel, "I want to make sure we have enough acorns stored up. You can go out after you've counted every single one." At that, Kiddo ran to the tree version of their basement and went to work. He counted and counted for hours until eventually, yawn. Kiddo had fallen fast asleep. "Nice one," said Father. Mother Squirrel smiled. "When times are tough, it's good to have something you can count on." The end.
Finally almost finished. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. I have like 2 inches left.
Yes, she was cursed.
Well, the pants are finally done, and on that note, I'm going to take a break from sewing and try again tomorrow. The doll has finally arrived. Sometimes I feel like nobody's watching me. Okay, for Harry's eyes, the book says green. His eyes are blue in the movie because Daniel Radcliffe cannot wear contacts, and since I'm making it based on the movie, Harry's eyes are going to be blue. And if you don't like it, you just let me know in the comments. And just like that! Okay, it was actually more like this. You know, I was just thinking how cool it would have been if you guys picked Neville Longbottom instead, and then I could be like making like really big teeth. I painted the lips using a mix of watered down acrylic paint, and in an effort to make him look more masculine, I'm going to close in the Cupid's bow to try to make his lips more oval overall, more like how the boy dolls are. I'm also using a dark orange for blush instead of pink. Then I added eyebrows with black watercolor pencil and made his famous scar. For the scar, I wanted it to look more faded and scar-like, so I dabbed several colors of watercolor pencil on the face, and then I wiped it mostly off, and then I added more until it looked about right to me. I cleaned up the edges and sealed the face. I made his t-shirt really quick, and then my Temu order arrived, so let's talk about Harry's accessories. For his glasses, I'm using a pair of American Girl Doll Molly glasses. I got this makeup brush and I'm going to trim the end off of it and sand it down to make his wand. A small owl, which is definitely a little small, but I still like it. A golden snitch fidget spinner. Next, I'm going to make the Monster Book of Monsters. Now, I was kind of all over the place on this project, and I tried a couple of things that didn't really work out because basically I was just throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall to see what stuck. But here's the gist of what I did that worked. My base book is an Our Generation school book that I glued brown leather to. Then on top of that, I have this fur fabric that I cut the fur off of and then glued it down to the top, pushing it in really well with my fingers. For the eyes, I used small round beads and I glued those beads to the fur fabric, wrapping them in it before gluing it down to the top of the book. I originally tried painting the letters, but then I ended up printing out the letters for the cover and gluing them onto the book. I cut a strip of brown leather for the belt that goes around the book, and I used a small silver buckle. I painted the pages antique white and made the teeth and tongue from oven-baked clay. Once the clay cooled, I painted them with a mixture of red and black acrylic paint, and once that dried, I glued them in place and the book was done. Now for the jacket. The jacket is basically a backwards t-shirt pattern with longer sleeves, and then I added bias tape to the sleeves to create the lines. I added a collar and a zipper instead of Velcro. And I bought the wrong kind of zipper, so it is just for show. My bad. I popped his wig on, and now I'm going to try to style it some with gel. Now this gel is specifically formulated for wigs, so it should be alright. And while I'm doing this, let's discuss the next episode of Rescue and Recreate. Its theme will be Monster High. So if you can think of a Monster High character you want to see be made into an American Girl doll, let me know in the comments below.
Harry at last!
Here is the before and after, and here he is next to Harry. Are you interested in purchasing Harry or possibly one of my previous creations? If so, the link to my Etsy and eBay shop are in the description below. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you liked that video and would like to see more like it, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell below to get notified as soon as I post new videos in the future. And I hope you have an adorable day.